and create jobs. Dr. Ogunyemi has details.
This collapsed jetty at the Marina Yard of the National Inland Waterways Authority is a result of neglect, a reflection of what obtains across the country. Reviving the inland water transport sector, which holds immense economic benefits, is the focus of this meeting initiated by the Association of Marine Engineers and Surveyors. Their concerns border on safety of personnel and vessels, insufficient number of competent marine engineers, need to improve the operational condition of jetties, and safety of navigation.
We may not be able to fix these jetties on our own, and that's why we are going the PPP option. We want investors to come in, and where they need to construct new ones, let them go ahead and do that, and then we have an arrangement in terms of how. And we are looking at that, and we have encouraged. But I think one of the things we decided that we will probably just put on this, we advertise them.
The association is hoping that the corporation will improve the technical ability of NIWA.
The lack of real professional input in the implementation and execution of maritime policies and initiatives is a major contributor to the decline of the industry, and we believe in your ability to reverse this trend.
Stakeholders have advocated improved funding for the agency as it is capable of resolving the gridlock persistently experienced on roads in moving containers across the country. In Lagos, Dotun Ogunyemi, NTA News.
Compliance to statutory building regulations, soil testing and the engagement of certified contractors have been identified as panacea to building collapse in the country. This formed part of discussion at the Agoro Entrepreneurship Lecture Series in Lagos. Abolade Salami reports.
Shelter is a basic necessity of life that everyone aspires to have. This asset becomes a source of concern when it becomes a death trap for occupants through building collapse. In identifying the challenges to building collapse in Lagos and providing solutions, building contractors at the AM Agro Entrepreneurship Lecture Series said lack of proper monitoring and regulations, coupled with the involvement of uncertified engineers, as well as the use of substandard materials, are challenges that must be addressed.
And for you to have an accessible housing program, policy model, irrespective of who is at the head of affairs, there must be a plan.
We need to set up a high-powered commission of inquiry to study the subsoil in Lagos.
Panelists at the discussion submitted that with Nigeria having 18 million housing deficits, it is pertinent for stakeholders to address the issue of cost affordability, mortgage finance, and policy objective implementation.
I know people fake results. They go to labs and they print results that will match the standard. But what they do on site is different. Because the truth of the matter is, when you try to make it as affordable, you also have to try to think of durability and value. So those must not be compromised in trying to give people, homes.
The lecture, which focused on construction and entrepreneurship evolution of the real estate business in Lagos, was organized in memory of late A.M. Aguru, who passed on 71 years ago. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
That is it from Lagos. We return to Kudu in Abuja for more on Network News.
Son, being good at something requires strength. It requires pushing yourself. It requires putting in more. That's why the new improved Bornvita is packed with vitality and a great taste.
When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with Mum and Grandma cleaning the house. I was so excited to sing in the choir. And your shirts are always so white. I knew what Mum's secret was. Today, I'm a modern woman that still trusts the secrets passed down to me. It's Jik, of course. The original trusted bleach, which can be used all around your house for amazing results.
Shh, it's our
It's no secret. It's Jik's best ever extra whitening power. Just Jik it.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms. Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.
Monetary Policy Committee slashes lending rate for the first time in 2 years. Moplang Dakog is here in the studio with details. Moplang, over to you.
Thank you, Kudu. Yes, the CBN Monetary Committee meetings has reduced the monetary policy rate, which it increased since 2016. The MPC decided by a vote of 10 out of 11 members to reduce the monetary policy rate from 14 to 13.5%. The MPC also voted to retain the asymmetric corridor of plus 200 / minus 500 basis points around the MPR, retain the cash reserve ratio at 22.5%, as well as retain the liquidity ratio at 30%.
Efforts in stimulating output growth by executing the policies approved by the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan. The net liquidity position reflected the impact of open market operation auctions, foreign exchange interventions, statutory allocations to states and local governments, and maturing CBN bills. Consequently, average interbank call rate increased to 16.45% in February 2019 from 15.0% in January 2019.
The MPC also voted to retain the asymmetric corridor at plus 200 / minus 500 basis points. The committee also appreciated the continued positive sentiment in the manufacturing and non-manufacturing purchasing managers' indices for the 24th and 23rd consecutive month in March 2019. Meanwhile, an economic expert says the reduction in rate is good for the budget, which is largely dependent on borrowing, as well as is the cost of repayment of the federal government.
The cut may not be deep enough because it's just 50 basis points, but for me it's a signal that going forward we may be entering into an accommodative monetary policy environment, which is good for the economy. And I also think that what has happened now will help, of course, increase liquidity in the system, and part of that liquidity will surely flow into the capital market, especially the equity segment of the market.
And the equities market lost marginally, depreciating for a second straight day as market sentiment remains negative. The Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index depreciated by 0.01% to close at 31,038.86 basis points. Its year-to-date return currently stands at minus 1.25%. 143.7 million shares exchanged hands in 3,457 deals. Market capitalization dropped to 11.6 trillion naira. Market breadth closed negative as Mobil led 18 gainers as against 20 losers, topped by Presco at the end of today's session, showing improved performance when compared with previous outlook. That's it on business news. Kudu, it's over to you.
Thank you, Moplang, for those details on business. The Federal Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development is set to revitalize the Bank of Agriculture. Minister of Agriculture Audu Ogbe stated this when he defended the ministry's 2019 budget proposals before the National Assembly Joint Committee on Agriculture. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nko reports.
Propose anything through executive bill.
Joint budget scrutiny by the Senate and House of Representatives Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development. Budget defense, a parliamentary tradition, a very important one for that matter, as government agencies appear before Parliament to defend their financial proposals.
It is the intention of the National Assembly to pass the present budget by the first week of April, God willing. So we want your cooperation in this regard.
It was the turn of the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development to give a preview of the ministry's focus in the 2019 fiscal year,
where we intend to partially privatize the Bank of Agric and sell 40% of the shares to farmers and reduce interest rates in agriculture to 5%.
The minister also pointed out other areas of attention.
The other things we want to do are value addition by creating more agro-industries through the private sector. One of the leading ones is cassava.
There is need to separate the budget of the Ministry of Agriculture from the budget of other ministries and MDS because of the peculiar nature of agriculture.
The ministry assured Nigerians that the farmers and herders conflict will soon be over following a renewed meeting with the parties. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
We have more news for our Kaduna Network Center with Rukaya Omar Farouk. Over to you, Rukaya.
Nigerian Customs Service Subcommittee for Distribution of Relief Materials to Orphanages and Internally Displaced Persons, IDPs, is in Zone B of the Command for the Distribution of Items to Beneficiaries. Hamman Jabali witnessed the exercise and now reports.
Mohamed Umar Nagandu has been running the Gwari Orphanage Foundation for the past 13 years. The foundation has 3,911 IDPs in addition to 28 others staying with his family. On her part, Saraj Umar Pantabura has been run the Maliki Orphanage Care in Kaduna for over 2 years with 76 children under her care. Mohammed and Saraj represent many other philanthropists that benefited from the 36,000 bags of rice and other assorted items worth millions of naira distributed so far by the Nigerian Customs Service Subcommittee on Distribution of Relief Materials to Orphanages and IDP camps. The burden is so much, but with such items it will help ensure up to above.
This is the first time we are seeing such a charge of humanitarian act.
The distribution, which is a continuous process, has covered 105 beneficiary organs, with more being sorted out.
The Nigerian Customs Service is doing its own best.
We apologize for the bad audio from the Kaduna Center there, and we cannot therefore continue with them. We now go to our Benin Network Center to join Agatha.
A warm welcome to Benin. Following success of the All Progressives Congress, the APC, in the general elections, an interdenominational Thanksgiving service was held in Edo State to appreciate God. The service, at the instance of the state government, attracted dignitaries from across the state. Goodluck Inaini reports.
For a violence-free polls and victories recorded, the state governor, Godwin Obaseki, leading top government functionaries, leadership, and supporters of the party are here to appreciate God. Venerable Joseph Osweni wants the governor and his cabinet to make Christ the cornerstone, just as he urged APC Edo State to remain faithful to its promises to the people. Governor Obaseki told citizens of the state not to expect less.
Every action we have made as a government has been divinely directed. So we do not have any excuse not to deliver for Edo people.
Prayers were offered for the enthronement of God's wisdom and for continued peace in the state. The event moved to the government house, where the newly elected legislators and the governor engaged in a robust conversation.
I am not going to accept token constituency projects. It is not going to work anymore.
The governor says he will be holding interactive sessions with party members in the National Assembly on a monthly basis to review their project in Benin. Goodluck Inaini, NTA News.
And in Ondo State, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has completed a tour of the 18 local government areas. It is part of strategy to interact with the people and know the peculiar needs of the various communities in the state. Olubomi Oke reports.
The thank you visit of the governor started with Irele, Eseodo and Ilaje local government areas in the southern senatorial district of the state, with a promise to immortalize the former governor of the state, late Dr. Olusegun Agagu. Mr. Akeredolu during the visit promised to set up a committee for creation of local council development areas to make government more accessible.
This route is supposed to open up this city for tourism, for everything. So everybody can come in here, in and out. We deserve it.
Traditional rulers of all the communities visited by the governor commended him for running an inclusive government.
Thank you for the appointment of our sons and daughters in your government. We thank you.
The statewide tour of the governor was an appreciation of the people of the state for voting the All Progressives Congress APC in the last House of Assembly election in Ondo State. In Akure, Olubumi Oke, NT News.
That ends our package here. The network news continues in Abuja, but after this break, to stay on.
The 2019 elections and lessons learned. That's the thrust this week on NTA Tuesday Live. Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Incisive and educative. Don't miss it.
In sports, the victorious Nigeria under-19 cricket team, Juno Yellow Green, returns to the country amid celebrations in Lagos. And at the 2019 India Canoe Sprint Championship, Olumide Eguntola has details on Sport Update.
It was a wonderful time for Nigeria cricket as the country attained a new height, becoming the first team in the whole of Northwest Africa to qualify for the International Cricket Council Under-19 World Cup holding in South Africa in January 2020. Amidst celebration, the victorious Junior Yellow Green returned to the country from Namibia aboard Ethiopia Airline, ready to regroup and commence in earnest preparation for the World Cup. Head coach of the team said the team will go to the World Cup not as participants, but as a contender for the title.
I'm going to the World Cup. The boys are going to regroup. I want to go there and fly Nigeria's flag.
The performance of Team Nigeria at the recently concluded Special Olympics World Games in Abu Dhabi has brought joy not only to athletes and their parents, but to Nigeria as a nation. Their amazing display in the United Arab Emirates, doing the nation proud, informed their return to the country amidst excitement and jubilations at the Muritala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. About 7,000 athletes competed in 24 different individual and team sports at the 2019 Special Olympics World Games.
Parents wake up in the morning, look at the goals of his child, and he feels happy that this kid is not, after all, what I thought he was.
Team Nigeria to the Open International Canoe Sprint Championship in India finished the event on a good note. The team won a gold medal in C1 200 meters and 3 bronze medals in C1 500 meters, C2 500 meters, and C2 200 meters in the female event.
We are also grateful to Nigeria as a whole for backing us up and making this a success.
The team is expected to arrive the country this week. With sports updates, Olumide Guntola, NTA News.
The death has occurred of Ezinne Caroline Okpala, age 75. Until her demise, Ezinne Okpala was a devout Catholic and is survived by her husband, Fabian, 6 children, including the general manager, NTA Yenagoa, Emeka Okpala, and many relatives. And that concludes NTA Network News tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Muhammad Kuda Abubakar. Good night.